Welcome to Talk Hospitality to Me. My name is Victoria Magiacomo, and I am one of the hosts. And today we have a special host with us, Maria Jacobo from Rhode Island Hospitality. Welcome, Maria, to Talk Hospitality. We're excited to have you as a host today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm back on this show. Before I was sitting as an actual guest.
Yeah. Well, welcome back. We're excited to see our guest today. With us is Patrick Bowe. He is the manager at Hotel Maria and Maria's Seaside Cafe, and also another location, right?
Yes, the Breezeway Boutique Hotel as well.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we just kind of want to jump in about, your background and where you started with your high school and kind of figure out how you ended up being a general manager at a hotel.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how I ended up being a general manager at a hotel. I ask that question myself every day. But high school-wise, I went to LaSalle Academy for freshman and sophomore year of high school. I played hockey there. I ran track. I went to start playing junior hockey, so I was 16. I was playing under 20 hockey, and I left LaSalle just trying to balance everything. Transferred to Charahoe in Wood River Junction and spent my last 2 years of high school there.
Wow.
And what was your first job?
My first job, I worked as a stock boy at Seaview Marketplace in Matunic. So a small, family-run market, very small but very high value. You think
busy.
Matunic in the summer, everyone wants to be there. I used to come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays, stock the shelf. The big truck would pull up, and it seemed like an insurmountable task to get all this stuff on the shelves while the store's open, too.
Yeah.
Then from there, I moved to be on the cash register. And it was
Upgraded a little bit.
Got to meet all the locals, greet everyone. Once you're on the cash register, you see everyone who comes in and out of that store.
Yeah.
So
how long were you there for?
I was there for about a year and a half until I became a lifeguard at the Westerly Town Beach.
Okay.
I did a little digging on LinkedIn too, and I had a lifeguard. I was like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was a good job. 5 years I spent at the Town Beach. I went from starting out there when I think I was 16, turning 17.
Okay.
Finished there my 5th year. I was a captain, so I was in charge of all the lifeguards on the beach. It was my call. Lot less fun because you never leave the chair as the captain. You're telling people where to go.
That's the guy that's just sitting up there the whole time.
That guy was sitting up there. Basically, I was directing traffic all day. If I had to get into the water, we were in trouble. I loved it.
And from there, after high school, where did you end up going? Did you continue and go to a higher education, or?
So I did 2 years of online school.
Okay.
I took a little bit break, always planned on going back. In that time, I started actually for the Ballones as a lifeguard at the Breezeway Beach.
Okay.
I did that for 2 summers. The last summer, I was fully planning on going through, just taking like a little bit of a gap year.
Yeah.
Finishing up, take some time to myself, and then reached out to become a lifeguard again. And that's when Melissa Bowe decided that she had a better idea for me, and that was to be assistant manager of the hotels.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
That's a big
Assistant
jump.
manager, I know.
So going from a lifeguard and then saying, hey, you're going to be an assistant manager of a hotel.
She asked me, it was really funny. I was just driving around at the time. I was delivering like DoorDash and Uber Eats just to make some money on the side, throughout the winter. She sent me an email. She's like, can you hop on like a quick Google Meet? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I pulled into Panera. Like I was full lifeguard. My hair was like all the way really long. I was like trying to frame the camera so I didn't look disheveled. And she said she wanted me to be an assistant manager. That she had seen, John and Melissa had seen like how good I am with the customers and everything. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'm always willing to give stuff a try.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Doesn't hurt to try.
And
so
it was
did
6
you start
months.
right away?
I started probably about a month later. So I had about a month to actually think about what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
And I had no clue. I had never worked in any a hospitality job that was completely dedicated to hospitality. I had management experience from working at the Town Beach.
Yeah.
As a lifeguard captain, but never really had been in a position where I I was in charge
Right.
of a full staff, scheduling, managing people, and then also while managing those people, also managing the customers too as well.
Okay.
Huge step.
How was that like training process for you? Because I'm assuming they didn't just throw you in and say, "Have fun, figure it out," or maybe they did. Who knows?
Like a
It's
little bit of it.
hospitality.
So a little bit of it. Luckily, I came in April. At the beginning of April, we didn't open up for the season until May. So I had a lot of time to get used to the property management system, find out what the room types were.
Right. The back end.
The back end. The front end of it was kind of just came naturally, thankfully. You know, you go into everything with
you
go in with a smile on your face, and just keep going from there, and just kind of figure it out as you go. I don't want to say fake it until you make it, but it's a little bit of that. I give so much credit to the front desk staff. My first year I was managing, it could not have been easy for them.
Yeah.
A lot of them had been there for a year or two at the time. So I was leaning on my front desk staff to actually try and help me out with some stuff that I didn't know. And they were great about it.
That's awesome. And
teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
It does.
And from that front desk in the assistant general manager position, you said how long were you in that position?
So I was assistant manager for about 6 months.
Okay.
I had taken the job as it being a seasonal opportunity.
Yeah.
So I was going to come in April, and then I would have been done when we closed for the season in late September.
Okay.
Somewhere around that point of time, Melissa called me one day. She's like, I want to sit down and talk to you. I want you to stay on year round. We'll work out the details.
Yeah.
And then probably about a month later, she asked me to be the general manager.
Wow. And so how long to this date have you been?
So so April will be, well, we're in 2026 now. I keep forgetting. Yeah. So April will be 5 full years. So I'm going into my 6th season.
Wow. That's awesome.
So does the hotel, or do the hotels ever fully close? Or?
So the Breezeway does close. That closes usually at the end of October, and then we'll reopen in May. The Hotel Maria, however, this is our first year we've done this. We've stayed open year round.
How's that been?
It's been really fun, really kind of a learning curve. We got to like prove our model, which we're really excited for. We were open Thursday through Sunday this year.
Okay.
From the end of October all the way up until the first week of April, where we'll be going back to 7 days a week.
That's awesome. Well, we're just going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Patrick Bowe when we return.
Patrick Bowe with us today. Patrick, I know we talked about your start, right, as a lifeguard. Did you ever see yourself in this current role that you have?
Never. If I was talking to my younger self right now, he would be so confused.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. I remember I was sitting down, I was on the phone with MS Walker, one of our liquor distributors, talking to them about a wine dinner that we're doing at Maria's Seaside Cafe, and I'm picking out wines, and I'm talking to the chef, trying to pair the wines to the dinner menu, and I was on the phone, and I was like, yeah, 18-year-old me would be like, what's a wine dinner?
Yeah.
So I never really saw it. I kind of fell into it.
Okay. Very nice.
And so I know, to backtrack a bit, but you said you did go to school online, right? So what were you pursuing online?
I was pursuing
hospitality was like in left field at the time, right?
It was in left field. I was pursuing a communications degree.
Okay.
I was trying to keep it broad.
Yeah.
I didn't really have any plans or know what I wanted to do.
Okay. So there was no like dream job that you were like, this is what I dreamed to be.
I didn't make it to the NHL, unfortunately.
Okay.
That was the dream job.
Was the dream.
Still is some days when I wake up. I'm like, oh, maybe. No.
Yeah.
But no.
Never too late to try, right?
I didn't have any dream job. I did have plans to become an EMT and then kind of go from there, but nothing that I was really passionate about. I wasn't in high school saying, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to do this.
Okay.
And what kind of advice would you give somebody, right, if they're going to school for hospitality, whether they're in high school or they're in college, like to be a general manager, what you are, right? And you have a lot of roles because you're at 3 different locations. So what kind of advice do you think would be beneficial for somebody watching this show?
I would say just do what's best for you. Hospitality, I think previous guests on here say that it's an open book. You can get into it in many directions. If you want to go to college, go to college. It's college. A college degree is a great stepping stone. It gets you a foot in the door. It really does. But we're fortunate enough in this industry that people can start from the bottom without a degree. I remember you guys had on the president of Johnson & Wales, who didn't he start in the janitorial department?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of routes you can take. Just work your hardest, keep an open mind, keep open eyes, see what other people are doing. I did get training on my job, but a lot of it was watching what John and Melissa were doing as owners and then trying to emulate that. And that's what's huge.
Did you happen to take coaching for managers, or was that not you?
I have not taken coaching for managers. I did take.
I thought Tracy said she had you in a class.
She
before.
had me in guest services gold, which was a great class. It was actually really cool. It was just 2 people in the class. It was nice and intimate. We were both managers, so we were actually able to kind of bounce some ideas off of each other. Throughout the class, and Tracy is, as you guys know, Tracy's great. Tracy is great, and I recommend all of her classes to everyone. So
no, she is good. She's good. She's good at what she does. That's for sure.
Patrick, I come from a hotel background too. I want to know what keeps you up at night.
What keeps me up at night?
We're sold out. There's no more rooms.
We're sold out. There's no more rooms. Did third shift show up?
Right.
I never go to sleep until third shift shows up, even though I'm usually there when third shift is showing up.
What time does third shift show up
p.m.
for those?
11 p.m. 11. So
even and you're usually
with the restaurant and everything, I'm still usually lingering around kicking.
I hope you live close.
I do. It's a 15-minute drive at most. 7 if third shift doesn't show up and I'm at home. So, but that, and it's just a lot of stuff can go wrong. A lot of stuff can go wrong. The fire alarm can go off in the middle of the night. Things that keep me up the most, though, are probably the nights before when we have a lot of turnovers the next day. Like, say you have 30 rooms checking out on a Saturday and 30 rooms checking in. Yeah, that keeps me up at night. I'm like, we gotta go. All these rooms gotta be ready for 4 p.m. for check-in. And I'm up at the crack of dawn getting ready. I'm on my phone.
We have to get down.
I'm on my phone. I'm cleaning rooms. I'm making beds. I was cleaning a room this summer with a guest, this regular guest. They knew their room number. They knew where they were going. Oh, she's standing outside the door waiting as I have a mop and a vacuum, a mop in one hand, a vacuum in another. I'm like, oh, we'll be right there. We're gonna get it. So.
Whatever makes it work, right? You gotta do it. How many rooms do you have at?
So at the Hotel Maria, we have 31.
Okay.
4 of which are 2-bedroom seascape suites, we call them.
Oh, nice.
They're basically a small condo. They have a king bed in one room with a master bathroom, 2 queen beds, full living room, full kitchen.
That's
and then at the Breezeway, we have 50.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you have 2 properties, about 3 blocks apart, 3/4 of a mile, 81 rooms. It's a challenge. I often say it would be a lot easier if the 81 rooms were in one central location. Then you can pull it off, but you're bouncing back and forth in beach traffic. Like I said, 3/4 of a mile, sometimes in Musquamacut during the summer. I'm on a bike going back and forth because it'll take me over an hour to drive down the road. So
it's a hot
And
hot
do you
spot.
have an assistant, or it's just you?
I do have assistant. My assistant manager Olivia is great. I just hired her this past summer.
Okay.
So she's in for it. She came in at the end of August.
She kind of saw like the end of
it.
She
saw the tail end of it.
She hasn't seen anything yet.
She hasn't seen it quite yet, but I think she's looking forward to it though. So which is nice.
Has she ever worked?
She has. She came over from Mohegan, where she was also an assistant manager there.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll learn more about Patrick's hospitality background.
Thanks for joining us again. For those of you that are just tuning in, we are here with Patrick Bowe, General Manager of, I'm going to get these, Seaside Cafe.
The Hotel Maria.
Hotel Maria.
Seaside
Breezeway.
Cafe, and the Breezeway
Boutique Hotel. Okay, perfect. Patrick, what is one moment in your career that made you think, I made the right decision, this is it for me?
It has to be, I think, after my first year managing, when I was the assistant manager, we were back when we closed up for the season. It was the last day, the last checkout came through, and up on the 4th floor of the Hotel Maria, we have this beautiful bar area, dining room area that overlooks the ocean. I remember I just went up there and I just sat down and I just took a deep breath because it's over, you got through it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was pretty fun. We had a good time. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of new experiences, and as we all know, working in hospitality, your coworkers become your family. I made a lot of new friends. I'm like, this might be it. This might be it for me. And I had a good time.
Nice. How many are on your staff at each location?
Oh, it depends.
How many do you manage?
Yeah, so between the restaurant to the hotels, anywhere each summer, depending if we're short-staffed or not, and that plays in a fact, 50 to 75 between all three places.
Wow.
And you guys do self-audits, right?
Yes.
So I've worked for a Hilton and like a brand named hotel. So that's completely different, right? You guys do self-audits.
Yes.
Every how often?
It depends. It depends on when we have the time to get them done. So
And do you run them, or is there a third party that comes
we don't have
in?
a third party come in. We kind of sit down as a management team and go through everything.
Oh, okay.
So which is nice.
Very nice. Yeah, I remember when like for where I worked at the hotel, audit would come in and oh my goodness,
Everybody's panicking.
Everyone's panicking.
They're like,
what are we
"What's
doing?" Yeah.
So it must
all
be
hand-
nice
all
to
hands on
have,
deck.
like,
Yeah, it's nice because you can kind of, we're close knit enough, and we're getting bigger. We are.
Right.
We are getting bigger, but I'm there every day, which is nice.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see what's not working, what is working. I can be. It's a small property. So if I'm at the Hotel Maria, I don't have an office down there. So if I'm there, I'm either in the restaurant or I'm out at the front desk. So I can kind of see how everyone's interacting and make those changes on the fly. And
Yeah, if needed.
be constantly training, whether the front desk associate's brand new or they've been there for a couple years. And then at the Breezeway, my office has a glass door which looks straight out towards the front desk, and I can hear everything. And sometimes I have to close my door because I'll get a little bit too nitpicky, and you kind of have to let your employees do it their own way,
Right.
Yeah.
which is great, because everyone needs to find their own way.
Yeah. Do you have a specific kind of like management style? Like, are you more like hands-on, like you want to be out there, or are you kind of like happy medium, or?
I'm hands-on. I like to be out there.
Yeah.
We also work. The Breezeway's been open for 50 years. So we have people who've been coming for 50 years.
Yeah.
And they come every year. And same thing now with the Hotel Maria. We're getting this great repeat clientele who they want to see me. They know me by name.
Yeah.
So a lot of them have my cell phone numbers, and quite frankly, I want to see them too.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be sitting back in my office all day and
Right.
missing out on these people.
No.
It's really nice. The first couple I ever booked, I'll never forget this. First reservation I made on my own, I messed it up, of course.
That happens.
Okay.
Had to call them back and be like, I'm so sorry, it actually wasn't available for these dates. We need to change this. And they still come in every single year, and
They still
stop.
bring it up?
They never
Just
bring it
kidding.
up. I think they probably forgotten about it. I always laugh. I always tell the front desk people, first people I ever booked, I messed up their reservation.
Yeah.
But they're wonderful. And the best part was Thanksgiving this year. I took one of the front desk shifts because I didn't want my staff to have to work on Thanksgiving unless they wanted to. So I was there in the afternoon shift, and they were up just taking a stroll by the Hotel Maria, and they pulled in just to say hello.
Wow.
So I'm in a type of place where I kind of have to be hands-on,
Yeah.
but I enjoy it so much, and I enjoy our customers. I enjoy our repeat clientele, whether it's the restaurant or the hotel. So
Yeah.
That's
That's
the best thing
awesome.
about hospitality, the relationships you build along
Yeah.
the way.
You meet so many different people, and
Yeah.
the ones that keep coming back, right? Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
just
Yeah.
want to have those relationships, and
Even if we do make those mistakes, right? They don't care about
it
that at the end
happens.
of the
Yeah.
day.
Most of them don't.
yeah.
Some of them do care, and they bring it up every year.
Oh, no.
You get those, but
You
that
get
happens.
those.
That's hospitality,
Well,
right?
a lot
You
of
get
things I tell our front desk staff too is you have to remember the good moments because they totally outweigh the bad moments or like the bad customers, because there are people who walk in the door who you may never be able to please no matter what you do.
yeah.
And unfortunately, even with myself, sometimes they're the ones that stick with you, and that's what you kind of go home remembering.
Mm-hmm.
But if you step back from it, the majority of your conversations are always good and always nice people. So
Have you ever had like the worst guest experience ever that like you'll never forget just because it was just so horrible that like it's just always gonna live in the back of your mind?
yes, it ended with her asking me how I slept at night. So yes.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
Yeah, but it happens. It happens. There are just people who, sometimes you won't be able to please them, but no matter who they are, or no matter what they're doing, you still bring the same effort to their stay.
That's
Right.
all that matters. So besides Hotel Maria and the Breezeway and all of that, where is your favorite place to go to eat or to stay? Actually, let's talk about both. Let's say where your favorite place is to eat
Yeah.
first.
So my favorite places, I have a couple. I don't
That's
wanna
okay.
offend any of the
we
places.
no, it's fine. We ask
so-
this question a lot, so.
I grew up, the first 10 years of my life, I lived in North Providence. Twins Pizza.
Okay, yeah.
Twins Pizza is out of this world.
That is-
Make sure you get it well done.
Extra crispy.
Extra crispy with pepperoni and green peppers. I can eat a whole sheet Twins Pizza.
Yeah.
I
Oh
can do it.
And you're taking the road trip to get it.
Yeah,
sure,
exactly.
right?
All the time. Yeah.
It's Rhode Island, so it's a far
It's-
drive.
Yeah, well, I
right?
am below the tower, so
Yeah.
like I have to pack a lunch to go get a pizza.
Yeah.
So, and then where I'll be stopping on my way out of here tonight is gonna be Wong's Kitchen. It's up on the east side, little hole in the wall Asian fusion place.
Ooh.
Has this best takeout, absolutely just to die for.
Wow.
Oh, I haven't been.
No, me
to try
neither.
it
We'll
out.
have to check
Then
it
if
out.
it's a night out, I'm probably going to Newport. I'm either going to eat at the Mooring, which I know you guys do a lot of work
Yeah,
with Newport
Newport
Restaurant
Restaurant.
Group.
Great restaurant.
Or the Deck, which is right down Waits Wharf.
Yeah. Awesome. And do you have a favorite hotel? Do you ever do like staycations or?
You know,
You
I
don't really-
try and get away. I try and get out of Rhode Island if I
Okay.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't
We
done many
understand.
staycations. If I was going to do a staycation, it most likely would be somewhere in Newport.
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah.
much to offer there.
I know.
And everything there is so beautiful. My last vacation, I actually went to a Sandals Resort in Jamaica.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah,
Love
so
a sandals brand.
they honestly, I went in there after my first year managing, so I kind of went in there with a different eye to see
Yeah.
how they do everything.
Mm-hmm.
That
and
must be a
Gives you a
good
different
comparison.
perspective.
gives
yeah.
you a good different perspective, and then gives you ideas on what to do and everything. I was lucky
Yeah.
I had the butler service, so it was a lot of fun. So
That's awesome. And is Jamaica your favorite place to travel, or do you have somewhere else that?
I have family friends down in Key West that I
Okay.
love to go visit. So and that is just a whole nother place. It's just so laid back. Such an easy flight too. So
yeah.
that's my go-to.
Fast travel.
Fast travel, and once you get there, you relax and kick back. So it's nice.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you, Patrick, coming in and telling us about, your career pathway and how you ended up being where you are today. So thank you for spending time with us on Talk Hospitality to Me. And you can watch the new episodes weekly on the WPRI 12 Plus app. You can join in on Fridays at 1 p.m. and Tuesdays at 9 p.m. to check us out, also in the library. Thank you for tuning in.